understand, like intercepted, intercept, okay? Anyone want to recognize or tell me what is a prefix on that? Yes. Inter, very good. And accept is actually the root. Now we could add a suffix to this. This is actually a verb, right? I can intercept a pass, say it's an action. What can I do, Mr. James, to make it a noun? What can I change?
Make it a noun?
Yeah.
ing or
No, you're right. ing, ed will make them, ed wouldn't. Ed is a verbal participle. Ing can function as a noun. What's the one? If you intercept a pass, interception. Okay? So you're going to start to realize that the suffixes here are what determine its function in the sentence. And by starting to focus on these, you're going to get and start to understand how words work. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is to take the vocabulary sheet that I handed out to you, the one that looks like this with the 5 columns. Okay? I'm going to give you the 5 words of the day. Hopefully they show up pretty well on my DocuCam here. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull the screen down now. I decided to opt for DocuCam instead of my computer, and I think it'll work for us. If not, I can always make the chart though. Okay. Zoom in. Oh, that's too dark. All right, can anyone not read that? You might have to write them a little thicker. The first word is assert. A-S-S-E-R-T. I should have used my projector today.
Seems there's a Rosales certificate class.
No, we have not had a Rosales, Mr. Lee. The second word is arbitrary. Arbitrary. And you're going to find that in the reading today. Okay? Maybe I should even zoom in as we do the words here, okay? Is that better? Okay. Should probably put a new procedure into that. This is my old trusty computer, but oh well. Indiscreet. Okay, indiscreet. You know what, I'm going to write these again because I'm already messing them up a little bit. Okay, ready? Assert. Arbitrary. Okay. Indiscreet. Itinerant. And arduous. These are 5 words that you're going to find in Ben Franklin's section, Leaving Boston. So in order to understand that reading, we're going to want to get those down. What I usually do for the students, and this might be a little tricky because it's new for you guys, okay, but I'm going to come around the room and give you some hints and helps. But what I usually do, as Mr. Alvin knows, is I give you 5 minutes, okay? And I'd like you to go ahead, 10 minutes, 2 minutes per word. I'd like you to go ahead and try and fill out these 3 columns here, okay? Prefix, suffix. See if you can use that to identify the part of speech. And then we're going to make an educated guess. Let's do the first one together, though, to make sure we all know how to do this, okay? And I want to make sure you know how to refer to your parts of speech cheat sheet. Yes, sir?
How would you pronounce the last word?
The last word is arduous. 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 Okay, here's a trick, okay? You may not know how to plug these words into these sentences to determine their parts of speech because you don't know the word, right? But if the suffix determines the word, then you can come up with another word that ends in the same suffix, okay? ERT. Can you come up with another word that ends in ERT that we know, Mr. James?
Vert.
Vert. But that's more of a, that's a abbreviation of vertex. How about a full word that ends in vert?
I don't use too many words.
Cert is actually the root of it, but it ends in ERT. Yeah.
Alert.
Blurt is actually with a U. ERT.
Dessert.
Dessert. Okay.
Make sure you got
This
some
one
rays
is-
in your hands.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the feedback, Mr. Oh, I forget. Now, dessert's a good example because of how this isn't perfect, okay? Because not all suffixes are consistent in the English language, okay? Because when you go down in here, okay, you look at it, where does dessert fit? Can you desert something? Unless it's like deserting the army, but that's a whole different ballgame. ballgame. Can you have a dessert person? Does that make sense? James, what does it fit?
Desmond too.
Yeah, but this is dessert.
Dessert. You could put dessert in the sale or the.
Can you have a dessert person? Or can you have a dessert?
Have a dessert.
There you go. So it fits in the first line, so dessert's a noun. Unfortunately, though, this one isn't perfect because assert is actually a verb. It's something that you need to do. It actually fits in line 3. Can you assert something? Okay? And then I want you to make an educated guess at the word. Studies show that even if you're dead wrong on the guess, you are twice as likely to remember it afterwards if you do try a guess. Okay? So I'm going to make a guess on assert. So I'm going to say that it means to learn something. I actually know what it means, but I'm going to wait on that. Okay? So what I'd like you guys to do is go down and fill these 3 columns here. Okay? Again, we have never done this before with this group, so if you're struggling, I'm going to come around and give you some hints and helps. Okay? I pretty much expect, though, James, Alva, you guys probably got this, right? Smith did this with you before, right? Not these words, no. But you know the